One of my favorite time travel movies is Primer, because I believe it was very, very well written from a scientific perspective, as much as you can write a time travel movie from a scientific perspective. Another of my favorite time travel movies is called Predestination with Ethan Hawke. The first is very, very scientific. The second is very, very metaphorical. A lot of deeper ideas, kind of like the TV show Dark, the German TV show Dark on Netflix, which was, I think, influenced by Schopenhauerian philosophy. There was a frequent statement they kept repeating during the TV show was that we are not free because we can't choose our desires. We are programmed with desires, and we are compelled to pursue our desires. But because we can't choose your desires, we can't choose what we pursue. So therefore, we are not free. This isn't something that Schopenhauer actually said, but it's kind of similar to his philosophy. If you're a gazelle on the African savannah and you see a lion, you're not going to worry too much because the lion's not chasing you. Animals are programmed with a lot of instincts to respond to things in their environment. But if you're a human and you look at the gazelle and you imagine being the gazelle, you imagine being terrified. The reason is because humans can think of all kinds of alternative futures. We imagine what might happen in the future, and we use our past to extrapolate what might happen in the future. This is how we can get caught in doom loops. If we start to reference not so helpful past memories and we start to extrapolate that into not so helpful potential futures, that might give us a present feeling of not being very resourceful. This is an instinctive programming doom loop that kept us safe back in the days when life was very, very dangerous. Life was physically dangerous. But life isn't physically dangerous anymore, and you can take control of this automatic thinking. It's very, very useful. And this is very, very powerful. The first step is to imagine your best past experiences. Imagine your best successes. Deliberately conjure up memories of your most fantastic experiences from the past. And then extrapolate those into the future. Deliberately create a very, very bright, positive, ambitious driven future. And once you extrapolate your best memories from the past into your ideal ambitious future, this will create a present moment that is filled with much more creativity and confidence. You won't be stuck in this present moment that's driven by doom loop past thinking and doom loop future worrying. You can change these things. And every time you move into the future, it will create this recursive loop of better and better pasts, better and better presents, and better futures. So even though we are always living in the present, how we think about our present moment is based a lot on how we reference our past, what we reference in the past, and what we can imagine about the future. And you can change these things as much as you want. These two ideas, your past and your future, are completely under your control, even though we're always in the present moment. Because of your past successes, you can completely change how you reference the future. You can repeatedly become better about how you conjure up memories from the past. And you can transform how you see yourself in the future. Does it really matter if this seems a little strange at first, how you change your history? How many ways do you think you'll be able to reference the past to create a better future? No other self-development protocol is as effective as deliberately harnessing this mental time travel process, this three-part process. When you leave behind all the negative memories from the past and accept all the negative or the positive memories that are coming in the future, you'll have a much better time feeling confident in the present, feeling a deep sense of creativity in the present, feeling a deep sense of control and agency in the present. People that use this technique tend to have much more successful futures as they imagine them in the present. Luckily, this is a very, very powerful thing to do. It's a very easy thing to do. And once you truly begin to realize the potential that this three-part time travel mental strategy has, you can become better at creating futures based on past experiences that will flow through the center and make your current time in the present always increasingly better. And it's not just about creating a better future, it's about creating a better mindset that you carry through time with you whenever you're in the present moment, which you're always in the present moment. It is your desire to create a positive future that's going to make it easy for you to use this process. What is fantastic about this process is it is totally under your control. There are no limits to what you can do. There's no rules how you reference the past memories. There's no rules about how you reference the future that is always coming in the present. The second and third thing you'll notice when you start to leverage this process is how it makes your present mindset much more creative. One of my favorite reasons about this movie was as soon as they realized they could time travel, the first thing they did was figure out how to game the stock market. Because when you can predict the future, when you know the future before it comes, you can take advantage of that for monetary gain. But they did it in a way that wouldn't get them in trouble. They only bought mid-cap stocks, so they wouldn't attract attention from the authorities. There was a running joke through the movie Predestination about snakes eating their own tails and which came first, the chicken or the egg, because it was a very, very metaphorical movie about how you can't really escape. That's why it's called predestination and these kind of continuous time loops over and over again. But ultimately, my ultimate original favorite time travel movie all the way back from when I was a little kid was Planet of the Apes, which again had this recursive time loop element. And when you accept the recursiveness of mental time travel, your past is always feeding into your present, which is always being extrapolated into your future. And once you understand that you can control this process, you can create whatever present you want. And the present you have today is based on what you did in the past, which will extrapolate into a future which can become anything you want. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.